Well, it's Let's Talk Business. I am Steve Walling. My guest for this segment is Doug Davis. Doug, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Steve.
You got a lot of stuff going on, son. Why don't you tell me about it?
Well, you know, it's new technology. We've got a patent filed now. A couple of partners of mine up in the Bay Area.
Yeah?
Up at Pacheco, California. And we're a Nevada-based corporation. And we're called GreyWater Recycling Systems Incorporated.
GreyWater Recycling Systems Incorporated.
GreyWater, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Great for the drought.
I was going to say, in this day and time, yeah, you know, anything that works with water conservation, water recycling, if you will, is, I mean, you're cutting edge stuff.
That's
Tell
right.
me about it.
Well, when you think about your garbage disposal
Right.
and your toilets,
Right.
any water going out of that is considered black water.
Right.
That's going to go right out and down into the sewer. Unfortunately, currently, all of your water, when it goes down the drain, goes right out, you know, out to the municipal sewer lines and drainage lines. And with the water conservation, the need for water conservations, there is a technology called GreyWater Recycling. So anything that is not going from the garbage disposal or from the toilets is considered gray water.
It's like your washing machine, your shower, bathtub type of thing.
Correct.
What else?
So what we do is we take all that water
Yeah.
and recycle it back through to be reused now by the toilets and for irrigation.
Okay, so we take it like from top drawer, recycle it, and now it's second drawer usage, so we get a double use on it.
Absolutely.
And which obviously saves water. And in California, in today's environment, saving water is not a little thing. It's just
Not at all.
You're reading about communities that are running out of water and stuff like that, and how much better they would be, better off they would be if they had something like this available. Where are you going to be located?
Well, we're going to be located in Pacheco, California. We're looking at where distribution can be for this technology. What we're talking about primarily here, Steve, is for new construction.
Okay.
Our first order of business is going to be for, to lobby state Congress so that we can get this mandated into law to use some kind of a gray water recycling, because there's no mandate for it right now.
Right.
We want to get it mandated into law so that it has to be required for new construction, for commercial buildings, for residential buildings. I mean, gosh, Steve, when you think about all of the housing tracts, all the development that goes on, there's no plan for gray water recycling. Most developers don't even offer it as an upgrade.
Yeah.
It's kind of a fairly new technology, and then at the same time, it's kind of fairly old. People have been reusing water that they've used before.
Yeah.
But what we want to do is put it into the plumbing designs.
Okay.
So it's going to be requiring certain types of valves, level sensors, pumps, holding tanks. But we have this all planned out, all in the design, so that a builder can use this technology right from the ground floor when they start their construction process and have this in place. But the beauty for the developer is that now, when you take communities throughout California, for example, that are introducing moratoriums, that they're saying, the local communities are saying, hey, if you don't have water right now, Steve, if you're not hooked up, you're not getting hooked up.
That's it. Yeah.
And we're not going to allow any more new building. So now the developer can go back to the water district and say, hey, look, we have this technology. We're going to implement this technology, and we're going to show you how much water we can conserve by putting this into the homes that we're building. And for example, we're working with a developer in Arizona that was able to go back to the water district and get a permit increased from 7,000 homes to 9,000 homes.
Really?
So this is something that brings value to the developers, obviously, now, where maybe they couldn't get a building permit before.
Or they were limited in the numbers.
Exactly. Now they can move forward. Or if you're looking to build your own custom home, if you implement this technology, then you can put that into place and really save water. And when you think about other ways of saving water, we've discussed in the past technologies, for example, like atmospheric water generators, where you can actually make water from the humidity in the air. Well, that equipment can now be reduced. The capacity needs of the property can now be reduced by the amount of gray water that's being recycled. And so that reduces that overhead. We're looking at technologies that can bring a change into solar power, that can power the atmospheric water generators. I mean, a house can completely be off-grid. And if a builder wanted to build a subdivision, and in fact, we're also talking to one down in Mexico that it is implementing a green village, and they're going to implement the technology along with the solar energy, along with the atmospheric water, and now we've got a whole off-grid solution.
Wow.
So, I mean, the things that are coming down the table these days, or down the pike, so to speak, are just amazing.
And you know, used to be years ago in California, if you had a lack of water, you built a dam, you built an aqueduct, you trucked water in from someplace else. Those days are gone. We don't have that anymore. And now we're in the middle of a rather extensive drought. California's had histories of 100-year droughts, and who knows where we're at with this, but it only makes sense if I'm a builder, if I'm a homeowner, if I live somewhere where, you know, there are people like that live up in the foothills here in the Central Valley. Their wells are going dry.
Yes.
You know, and you know, possibly having something like this available, you know, where you don't have to pump out of your personal well so much if you can recycle. Now, let me ask you, on the recycling aspect of this, does this recycle on premises? In other words, does it stay within my property, or does it go back into a system and is recycled through a system? How does this work, Doug?
It does go through the system, and what's great about this technology that we've developed and have the patent pending for is, again, it's utilizing valves and level sensors. Let's say if there is an issue with maybe a break in the water line somewhere, or something to that effect, the system's going to recognize that. And if and when there's a problem within the system, it can shut itself off and go back to municipal water.
Okay.
So if need be, it's not going to be a situation where someone's going to be without water if something were to fail within this technology. There's automatic safeguards in place so that a person can still tie into their water. Think of a solar system. At night, the solar's not being produced. Therefore, you're using your energy. You know, you're gonna figure that out with the power company, but you're not going to be without it. We're not designing a system that can potentially leave a person without a working a flow of water. But recycling the water that they're using and putting it back in for reuse is tremendous saving over time. And we have another technology that we're working on developing where they can recycle the irrigated water back through.
Really?
And that's going to be a land irrigation technology.
For farmers?
Well, for farmers, even for the homeowner, for the front lawn. So that it can be recycled back through for re-irrigation again.
This is the Central Valley. I'm thinking of farmers because
absolutely.
Water is a big issue there. You got, I mean, are we looking at the potential of something on that scale, or are we still just looking at like a homeowner? Where are we at?
Right now, we're launching technology for new construction for residential and commercial use. Then we're going into R&D. We've already got designs for retrofitting existing homes, existing buildings. And then we're going to be going into the agricultural market. We have other water treatment technologies that are cutting edge that I'll come back and be a guest again.
Well, you're going to have to do that because
here,
listen, California is one of the most agriculturally productive regions in the world. And, you know, I know anybody that lives here knows that the farmers have been fighting the water issue long before the drought showed up with people in government that have allocated water for this or that or the other. If you can come up with something that can help them where they can, you know, kind of free themselves from that system, I want to be on board. You come back, I want part of the business.
Absolutely. Well, Steve, people are welcome to visit our website at GreyWater Recycling Systems Inc.com, or they can abbreviate that at GWRSinc.com.
Okay.
And they're welcome to give us a call anytime at 1-800-604-6848.
Very good. Well, Doug, thank you for being on the show. You know, every time you come on, you got some great stuff. Really appreciate it.
I'm happy to be here, and thank you for having me on, Steve.
All right. Take
Appreciate
care.
it.
All right. That's it for this segment. We'll see you when we come back.